You're watching Jack the Ripper Down Under. We're your hosts, Alyssa Pease,
Estella Drumgoole,
and I'm Tage Bergstrom.
And together we'll be investigating the famous Whitechapel murders and the possible identity of the notorious murderer, Jack the Ripper.
Warning: this episode contains gruesome content with mentions of violence and death. Listener discretion is advised. Episode 2. Who was Frederick Bailey Deeming? Frederick Bailey Deeming, Leicestershire, England, 30th of July, 1853. On this day, a new life had been brought into the world, as Thomas Deeming Bailey and Anne Bailey were blessed with a baby boy, Frederick Bailey Deeming. They smiled down on their newborn son, his small hands clutching onto his mother's finger. Little did Deeming's parents know that those hands would one day cause a number of deaths, including that of his 2 wives and 4 children. England, 1880. Wood groaned in protest as a strong salty breeze rippled through the boat's sails, forcing Deeming and his crewmates across the water. At the age of 16, Frederick had run off to sea and began a life of crime. Ranging from theft to fraud, Deeming became well known for his criminal activities and earned himself a number of years in prison, an abundance of growing debts, and a list of fake names. On this particular voyage, Frederick met his first wife, Mary James. He would marry her the following year on the 28th of February, before moving to Australia that August. Australia, 1882 to 1890. Other than his criminal activities, Deeming was also well known for his frequent movements. The couple lived in Australia for numerous years, where they had 2 daughters, Bertha and Mary. Constantly moving from Melbourne to Sydney to Rockhampton and back again, Frederick continued his life of crime, spending 6 weeks in prison for stealing at his job as a gas fitter in 1882 and another 2 weeks in prison for perjury in 1887. Soon bankrupt, the small family moved to Cape Town, Africa, where they had a 3rd child, and Deeming was charged with obtaining goods by false pretenses and moved back to England to spend 9 months in prison. England, 1891. Albert Oliver Williams. After being released in July, Deeming, now going by the name of Albert Oliver Williams, rented the Dinham Villa at Rainhill, Lancashire. He was briefly reunited with his wife Mary and their 4 kids. She had just given birth to a baby girl before they mysteriously vanished. A number of rumours were spread after the family's disappearance, Deeming claiming that his wife was actually his sister, and they had simply visited before leaving to be reunited with her husband. Little did his neighbours know, the family were buried beneath the cement of the villa, all of them strangled and beaten before being brutally murdered, cut at the throat. That September, Frederick, still going by the name of Williams, married once again, this time to Emily Mather, and together they moved back to Melbourne, Australia. Australia, 1891. Frederick rented a brick cottage at 57 Andrew Street, Windsor. Months passed, and on Christmas Day, Emily, Deeming's new wife, suffered a terrible fate, similar to his first. Her head was battered, her throat cut, and her body cemented beneath the floor in the 2nd bedroom of the brick home. By the 3rd of March, the reeking smell spilling from the cottage led to the discovery of Emily Mather's body, but Frederick was already gone. January 1892, Baron Swanston. On the run to Sydney, Deeming found himself a new fake name, Baron Swanston. It wasn't hard to catch this man. Many noted his clashing fashion and obnoxious jewellery that perfectly matched his loud personality, happy to boast about his wealth and position in society. Frederick was arrested on the 12th of March 1892. While being handcuffed, he stated, "I shall say nothing. I am innocent. I've never been to Windsor to the best of my knowledge. I do not know where it is." He then added, "My name is not Williams." The arresting trooper simply replied, "I can't help that," as he heaved him into the wagon to take to jail. A few days later, the cemented floor of the Denham Villa was dug up and the bodies of Mary Nee James and their 4 children, Bertha, Mary, Sydney and Leela, were found. There are a number of similarities between Deeming's family and the victims of the Whitechapel murders that could link Frederick Bailey Deeming and Jack the Ripper to be the same individual. Stay tuned as we further investigate Deeming's connection to the notorious Whitechapel murders. You've finished episode 2 of Jack the Ripper Down Under.